Soul Simmers, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are doing a cheeky little speed build with the brand new expansion pack called Adventure Awaits. In case you're wondering why my name is floating on the screen, that is because I had early access to this pack thanks to the EA Creator Network. However, I am not being paid to make this video, I literally just received early access. And this pack actually comes with so many new things. Like the name suggests, Adventure Awaits means that the pack actually comes with a bunch of outdoorsy activities. A lot of new skills, a lot of activities focused on kids, and also a brand new lot type called the Playground. And I have been wanting to build playgrounds in The Sims for such a long time. Like, I've always been doing it, I've just been using like the park lot, but therefore it would also basically spawn a lot of adult Sims, and we had a little bit of playground equipment in the game, but not as much as we have now. Because with this pack, not only do we get a bunch of new additions to the pool that you'll see me adding right now, like the slide and the diving boards, but we also got a complete modular playground set. So when I heard that I would be getting early access, one of the first things that I really wanted to build was a big playground, but not just any playground. I wanted to make sure that it was a playground that involved as many items as possible from the new pack, but also that it would be a place where your kids could do more than just play outside. I really wanted this to be a place that felt like your Sims could go here and spend like an entire day here. I have very fond memories of, as a kid, going to these like tropical swim paradises, and I would basically just spend the entire day there. You would go there for maybe like a birthday party or on your holiday, and you would hang out there for the entire day, and parents would just sit on the side, maybe like reading a book or something like that. And then as kids, you would just be playing in the water the entire day, and the whole theme of the water park would feel like adventurous or something. So that's kind of the vibe that I wanted to go for, because I felt like with an expansion pack that is literally called Adventure Awaits, the playground should be in a fitting theme as well. So I immediately thought of these tropical water parks, but also of these like playgrounds that have, I don't know, themed area, so to say. I feel like specifically while I was browsing the catalog with all the build items, specifically debug, I found these rocks, and that's where my idea really came together. Up until this point, I had just made the pool because I was like, I definitely want to have a pool area so I can use the new items. I definitely want to have like a playground area, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do with the rest of the lot or how I wanted to sort of theme this park, apart from the fact that I wanted to make sure that it really fit the theme of Adventure Awaits as a whole. But then I saw these rocks and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if this playground actually had like different areas that you could go to as a kid? So in the back, it would have the pool area where your kids could go and swim, especially if the weather was good. And then the area that I'm building right here, I'm imagining kind of like the pirate area or the adventure area. It's like the place where kids go that enjoy, I don't know, a little bit more challenging activities, a little bit more adventure. It's not necessarily a place where kids go for some like chill playtime. It's more like the one where they get challenged, where they I don't know, have to push themselves a little bit. And that's also why I end up adding like the new archery things here. I don't know if it's completely realistic to have archery sets right next to a pool. However, it's The Sims, and I'm assuming that since there's no new death with this pack, that kids or adults cannot get hurt from archery, or maybe they can get hurt, but they won't be able to die from it. So I'm just assuming that it's somewhat safe, maybe not somewhat realistic. But I also end up changing out the fountain or the pool that I used earlier into like this little wade pool, because this way actually toddlers can also play in it. I realized that if you take your toddlers to this place, there wasn't a lot of things that they could do, because obviously a lot of the playground equipment for toddlers like the ball pit and the slide and stuff come with the toddler pack, which is something that I don't have access to in this version of my game. Like, I literally just had the base game and the new pack. So I figured if I add like a little wade pool like this, it can be fun for kids to play in, but it should also give toddlers the option to wade in here with their parents, which I think is actually super cute. And other than that, I tried to decorate it almost like an abandoned island or something. And then we have the pirate ship, which I also felt like totally fit the vibe. And I just grabbed some things from debug to make sure that sort of the whole setting of this part of the playground was sold. I guess that the part with the pool is supposed to be somewhat of like a tropical holiday, or maybe something like, I don't know, you could see it as a tropical island vacation or something. I think in general, I also end up adding sand underneath the playground. And with the update from that came with Island Living, sand is actually functional. So if you come here with your toddlers or your kids, they can also build sand castles together. Which is also a super cute activity because there is sand. It's basically just one big sandbox for your Sims to play in. And I really wanted to make sure that this felt like one of those places where, you maybe go here for the entire day with the family, and then some of the kids are going to be on the playground, some of the kids are going to be like in Adventureland, some of the kids are going to be hanging around the pool. It's a place where you should definitely be able to spend an entire day with your Sims, and there should be things to do for both adults, for both toddlers, for kids. And I had such a great time using all the new pieces from the new pack. Not just the thing that you see me building right now, because obviously I'm playing around with like the new modular system for the playgrounds, but just in general, like also all the pool accessories and the archery and stuff. There's so many new skills that just make me want to play the game. Like it makes me want to go here with my Sims and actually let them have like a wonderful, nice weekend day, or I don't know, maybe like vacation day. And I love the idea that my Sims will be able to go here and actively work on a bunch of their skills while it feels like they're having like a nice time out. And I actually really liked playing around with the modular playgrounds as well. I felt like it was super intuitive, it was very easy to use, and I like that they also have some pre-builds in the pack so that if you don't immediately feel comfortable making your entire custom playground, you can also just add a couple of default ones. But to me, it was so fun to actually go and find all the pieces and like really construct my own like layout. I liked the idea of having the swing set sort of in the middle, and therefore the swing set feeling almost like it was part of the modular playground. I also ended up adding 2 separate slides and like the monkey bars and stuff. So again, a lot of the things that you have here will be able for your kids to build skills. I even end up adding like an entire section for paper crafting here on the side that I basically start working on now. Because as I was building this, I realized that I had this weird space on that side left, and at first I wanted to make that sort of like a food court, but then I realized because I want the focus of the playground to be way more on the playground and the activities, adding like an entire section just for food, which usually doesn't really work all that well in-game anyways, I figured would kind of be a waste of space. So I decided to move the food court like basically next to the area with the toilet, so that's just a really small part of the playground. And then over here, I added these trellises by basically just adding fences, and then I add plants on top to make sure that it looks really nice and covered. I also realized it might actually be nice for realism's sake to have a space where you can sit in the shade. And also, not all of the kids might like the sort of physical adventure part. They might not enjoy climbing or swimming or stuff like that. And this way, you can also come here with your kids that maybe are not focusing on things like the motor skill, but they are more focusing on like creative skill or something. Because I added the new paper craft thing on here, and I've added like 6 per table, and I add another table on the other side, so there should be plenty of space for your Sims kids when they come here to actually practice the paper craft skill. And I think it's actually going to be super fun to come here and let your kids play with that, because the things that they make with the paper craft, like the paper planes or the fortune teller, they will actually be able to use with the other kids on the playground after. Next to that, this pack also introduces a bunch of new activities for kids, like they can play pretend together, and they will be able to play hide and seek and other playground things like rock, paper, scissors, which is just something that I feel like is going to be really exciting if you have this playground lot, that hopefully you'll just be able to go here with your Sim to meet a bunch of other kids, and then you can all just hang out and play all these games. And I'm just hoping that as a result of this, it will be way easier for your like Sims kids to meet other kids and also to actually make like playground friends. And I'm just altogether really excited for this lot type, but also for all the items that we got for kids to be able to do activities together and, you know, really give that playground feel. Because even though we've had things like this in the previous expansion packs, or, you know, we've had like the things for toddlers, and we've had some things with the kid room pack, and we've had the base game default things like the pirate ship and the spaceship, but it just never really felt like you could mimic a realistic playground, because your kids would just hang out on the pirate ship for the entire day and it would just never feel like a complete thing. And I can just totally see this lot coming to life fully, and, you know, having kids and adults just hang out here and play pretend and, you know, do all of the typical things that you would actually see on a playground. So I would love to hear if you guys are also excited about this lot type. For anyone wondering, the lot type for playground will actually be added to the base game. The modular playground and all the items are exclusive to this pack, but you will be able to actually mark lots as a playground. So also if you're just using base game things or things from other packs, you will still be able to actually make a playground from your kids, because that lot type is going to be added to the base game. And yeah, here I'm basically just detailing some final things. I'm making sure that everything is well lit up. This is something that I tend to forget so fast in my builds. Like, I tend to just build in daytime and then literally just forget that actually your Sims are sometimes there in nighttime. And then it always happens to me that I'm playing with the build and I realize that there's no light. So then the evening comes around and I'm like, wait, why is it so dark here? So I basically just try to make sure that this build, you know, it would actually be a place where you could also stay until later in the night and that your Sims wouldn't immediately be swallowed by darkness, so to say. But yeah, other than that, I'm really excited for this pack. I would definitely love to hear what you are most excited for in this pack. Like, are you most excited for the new skills? Are you most excited for the new activities? Are you most excited to be able to build custom venues and like make getaway schedules and stuff like that? I don't know what I'm most excited for yet. To be honest, there is so much in this pack that really fits my gameplay style. I love to do family gameplay and like very in-depth storytelling, and being able to build venues like this, like custom venues and the getaways and stuff, I can only imagine how many creative things we can do with that. So I'm actually very stoked for this expansion pack. I will be posting, or actually when you're seeing this video, it should already be up on my channel, but I will be posting a bunch of videos through the early access content. So I'm going to be posting a full review, or should have posted a full review of all the build buy items and all the cast items coming with this pack. I am actually going to do a full review that also includes like more an opinion from my side on whether this pack is worth the money, and whether the gameplay was any good, or if I found any major bugs, stuff like that. I'll be doing a bunch more builds, and I will also be playing with this pack on my live streams. So if you want to come hang out on Twitch, it is linked in the description box down below. I live stream 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evening. But surrounding this pack, I'll throw in a bunch of extra live streams here and there where I can, to make sure that I get to explore this pack to the fullest. Because like I said in the beginning, or like I've also said in other videos, having a watermark floating around your screen and being able to have early access to a pack like this as a simmer is just a really cool milestone. And I just really want to enjoy it. I love that I got early access to this pack, so thanks to the EA Creator Network for that one. And yeah, I'm just really excited for everyone to get their hands on this pack, because I'm genuinely so far really liking this. This was my very first build that I did with the pack. I have a couple of more plans for other builds, so if you don't want to miss that, or if you want to see any of my other Sims content, feel free to check out my channel. If you like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you plan on buying this pack, or if you're gonna buy it in pre-order, or if you're gonna buy it after, feel free to use my EA Creator code. It's just Rosannatxt, and by that, you're actually making sure that EA pays me a little bit of commission. And yeah, you're basically just helping out creators online. You can also use anyone else's creator code, but I can just highly recommend that you use a creator code, because that way you're literally supporting your favorite simmers. And with all of that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed my very first speed build with the new pack, and let me know in the comments down below again what you would love to see from either this channel, or also just in general from this pack, what you're most excited for. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye everyone!